So in this lesson, we're going to be finding the volume of different figures. In this case, we're going to be finding the volume of a prism. The capital B represents the base that we're going to be working with and the area of that base. So in this case, B equals the area of this triangle, because that's our base. And the height represents the distance between each of these bases. When we plug in the area of a triangle into this equation, replacing it with capital B, it looks like this. Since this is the area of a triangle equation. So when we plug this in, it looks like this.
What? Want to see a picture of me as a ginger? So here's what happened. So on.
And then we simply just use PEMDAS and find the answer of the problem.
Actually messed up. That was me in school yesterday. That's next to Jules. Pure ginger. My hair was orange. Do you see that? So then I went in and I paid $200 to get my hair done. It was like a big hoopla. It's like a whole drama, and I was stressed.
So the answer of this problem is 140. However, you make sure you put in proper that centimeters, and then since it's volume that we're finding, it's going to be cubed. For this example, we're going to be finding, instead of the area of the base, the area of apothem. The two equations for finding apothem are 1/2 BHN, B being the base, H being the height, and N being the number of sides. Or you could use 1/2 PH, P being the perimeter, and H again being 6. This equation works because P equals BN. In this case, we're going to be using 1/2 BHN because you have all the factors that you need. So, you simply plug it in. Base being 5, height being 6, and the number of sides, since this is a hexagon, would be 6. And simply multiply and then divide.
Wait, okay, so how do we solve it? Wait, time out.
Now that, since you know that the area of apothem is also just the area of the base, you simply will just multiply by the height, and that's your total volume.
Let's not do this problem right here. This is the one, right? This whole transformation.
The next problem that we're going to be working with is a pyramid. In this case, your B is going to be represented by the area of a square. So, and the area of a square is width times length. So when you plug that into this equation, it becomes So, when you plug in your numbers, it looks like this.
Wait, hold on.
And when you're multiplying 11 times 11, you can also just divide 6 by 3 to make your life easier. So,
That's me, baby.
and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So when you multiply that together, 242. And then check for your measurement, meters, and since you're doing volume, it's always cubed.
I started watching the Yankees because of him.
The next figure we're going to be working with is a cylinder. And the equation for a cylinder is pi r squared h. In this equation, it only tells you the diameter, therefore you divide by 2 to find that your radius is 5. So, when you plug your numbers into this equation, it becomes pi, 5 squared, 14. And then you simply follow PEMDAS to find your answer. And of course, you always want to keep it in terms of pi and don't change it to 3.14. Finally, check for your measurement. In this case, it's inches. And since you're doing volume, it's always cubed. The next figure we're working with is a cone. When you look at the equations, the only difference between the cylinder and the cone equation is that you take the cylinder equation and divide by 3 to get the cone equation. And the same concept can be applied to prisms and pyramids. When you look at this problem, you see that 18 is only showing your diameter. So you divide by 2 and find that your radius is 9. When you plug that in, it looks like this.
Sorry. Nick,
While you're multiplying 9 times 9, you can also do 21 divided by 3.
Whoa. Where's this thing? No. Oh, keep your feet big.
Check for your measurement.
Oh, cross you up. That is good.
And volume cubed. In this example, we're going to be working with another cone. However, what makes this different is that if you try and plug it in directly, you'll find that you don't know what h is. Therefore, you use Pythagorean theorem. To make it easier on the eyes, I'm going to draw this triangle below.
I just did reflection.
To find the length, you'd simply take the diameter and half it. And then plug into Pythagorean theorem.
Yep, so this time I like just placing it over. Next. Next. Whoa.
Now that you know what your height is, you can plug it into the volume of a cone and find your answer.
Did you see my story?
No one changes to it. Find that back. I will take none.
This is a very serious.
And then find your measurement. The final object that we're going to be working with is a sphere. The equation for finding a sphere is 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. What makes a sphere so easy is the fact that you only need to know the radius in order to find the entire equation. In this case, the radius is 3, so simply just plug it in and solve.
Do I look skinny for real?
Yeah,
Am I
like
butt
this.
big? Alright, good. You guys want me to see a cute picture?
Now that you know this is your volume, just check for the measurement and make it cubed.